Good morning, my dear students. In our last session, we have discussed the meaning, nature, and features of business economics. In this session, let us try to analyze the scope of business economics. First, let us try to understand the meaning of scope of business economics. Scope here means the area, boundaries, or the sphere or the area under which the subject matter of business economics is studied. Already you know very well, business economics is a specialized branch of economics which deals with the application of theories, laws, and methodologies to the business practical life. Therefore, it is an applied branch. And what is the subject matter of business economics which are going to study? Broadly, we will study 6 major areas. Number one, consumption and demand analysis. What do you mean by consumption? Consumption refers to the use of goods and services for the satisfaction of human wants and desires. You know very well, consumption is an important economic behavior of human beings. In this area, we will study different laws of consumption, consumer behavior, how a consumer tries to maximize his satisfaction. Then demand analysis. Demand here means all types of human desires backed by ability to pay and willingness to pay. So all wants cannot become demand in economics. Only all those desires which are backed by ability to pay and willingness to pay. Demand is an important market force. Under market mechanism, you know very well, the price of a commodity will be determined on the basis of demand for and supply of a commodity. In this area, we will study law of demand, various factors determining demand, types of demand, elasticity of demand, and demand forecasting. Then the second broad area of the study of business economics is production and cost analysis. What do you mean by production? Production is a process of the transformation of inputs into outputs. So what do you mean by inputs? Inputs are all those things which are used in the production of a commodity or a service. In other words, production means creation and addition of utility to a commodity or a service. So with the process of production, we will increase the utility of a commodity. Utility here means its usefulness. In this area, broadly, we will study different laws of production, production function, and the factors determining production. Then cost analysis. To produce any commodity, every producer has to bear some cost. Cost here means expenses incurred in the production of a commodity or a service. Every producer has to reduce the cost of production and operation. It means he has to minimize the cost of production. Then he can enjoy maximum profit. And it is the ultimate goal of every producer. So he has to get maximum output. Output means the final goods and services which are ready for consumption. After making some expenses, every producer would try to produce some goods and services, and they will be supplied in the market so that consumers can purchase those things and they can satisfy their needs and wants. Then the third area of study is pricing decisions and policies. What do you mean by price? Price means the value of a commodity in money terms. Price is an important aspect. Every producer has to follow a proper pricing policy. It is needed for the peace and prosperity of the entire nation. Prices should not be too high or too low. If prices are very high, it leads to inflation and consumers can't consume the goods properly and they can't maintain high standard of living. In this area, we will study different concepts of prices, methods of pricing, different policies, how the price of a commodity will be determined in the market under various market conditions, etc. Various pricing policies, for example, skimming pricing policy, penetration pricing policy, pricing under life cycle of a product, etc. So these are the areas where we can study under this heading. Then profit management, the fourth area of study. Every business firm has to earn sufficient profit, and profit earning should be a continuous feature. Now the question is, why a firm has to earn profit? Profit earning is essential for its very existence and continuity. Every business firm would like to expand its business unit with the help of the earned profit. Another thing is, a business firm has to maintain the public confidence. Today, you know very well, big companies are mobilizing sufficient resources by issuing shares and debentures. People can purchase the shares of a company only when that company is earning sufficient profit. So bulk of capital can be mobilized by issuing shares and debentures. For this purpose, every company has to earn maximum profit. So profit earning should be a continuous feature, and profit management is an important area of business economics. How to maximize the profit by a particular producer, which principles have to be followed. All these things will be studied. Then the fifth area will be capital management. So capital or finance is the lifeblood of a business. Every business firm has to get sufficient capital for its investment. And why this is essential? Adequate and timely finance and capital is essential to prevent its breakdown in the middle. So bulk of capital is essential for its continuity to expand their business unit and for the further growth of that particular business unit. So deficiency of capital may lead to the breakdown of a business in the middle. So some businesses will be failed in the middle because of the financial problem. Then the last area that we are going to study will be decision making and forward planning. We have discussed this point already in our first session. Decision making, you know very well. It is a process of selecting the best plan of action among various alternative plans available. So every businessman has to take right decisions during right time. For example, what to produce, how to produce, what should be the technology, whether he has to adopt the labor intensive technique or capital intensive technique, in which sector goods and services have to be produced, whether you have to produce the goods either in the public sector or private sector, what should be the scale of production, whether a producer has to produce his goods on a larger scale or on a small scale. So these are the various important business decisions which have to be taken by every businessman. So right decisions may lead to the great success of that particular business. Then forward planning. Forward planning implies estimation of future courses of actions. Every businessman has to make prior plans which can be implemented in future periods. For example, capital budgeting, adoption of new technology, allocation of resources. All these things have to be planned properly. Then another thing that here we have to clarify, business economics and other sciences, while analyzing various economic issues of business economics, we have to take the help of some other sciences like accountancy, commerce, then statistics, mathematics, and general economics. So being a specialized branch of general economics, business economics has to take the help of all such sciences so that our study would be meaningful, analysis would be meaningful, and you can draw right conclusions. So all these sciences are very helpful in analyzing various economic issues of business economics. So this is a very broad area of the study of business economics. This is the boundary under which the subject matter of business economics will be studied. In all our future studies, we will cover all such things, and you can very easily understand what is the border of the study of business economics. Okay, thank you very much. And with this, I am concluding. In our next sessions, we will study fundamentals of business economics, that is fundamental concepts of business economics. Thank you very much.